Good morning, folks. It's 8:01 a.m. Chicago time on Thursday, the 6th of October, 2016. Thanks for joining. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The drive overnight looks like it's fairly flat overall, with some selling going on in equities. Crude oil strong again. It's above $50, up 78 basis points, trading at 50.22. US dollar and Bund to follow. The rest are red. It looks like allocation is to safety this morning, mainly in the overnight session. What do we have to look for today? Today we have our natural gas release, which really, well, that doesn't sound so good, natural gas release, but the natural gas inventory number expected to be at 65. It's not really a mover for us. We have ECB speakers at 9:15 Eastern, which is in about 13 minutes. ECB speaker Prait, and then we have ECB speaker Angeloni in Amsterdam at 10:50 Eastern. Nothing else to contend with today. A fairly quiet day release-wise. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. Um, yeah, nothing else to contend with here today. Mostly quiet from the economic release front of things. Let's switch gears here real quick and just get down to business. Here's what was expected yesterday. We were trading at 21.4850 during the trader bite, and the primary hypothesis was to go higher. We're looking for an attack on the 21.58 and a quarter. That's where this line comes in here, 21.58 and a quarter, and then potentially to push to 21.60 and a quarter as the extended target yesterday. The expectation was for an open auction on the open, so we see that here. And then was looking for a dip to set us up for some for the push up early on. So we did not get the dip. Um, we did not get the dip, but we did get the push up, and the market ended up pushing higher slightly in a somewhat balanced and choppy day. That was the primary hypothesis. The secondary hypothesis is for a push higher, open auction, push higher, and then we're looking for the market to take back as the point of control shifts down, as we've seen here. There's a point of control there, there's a point of control up here, and then the prior day's point of control is down here. The expectation is one time framing down potentially with value moving down, so that supported the secondary hypothesis. That did not happen. Here's what actually happened. Quick run back. Here it is. Market opens. There's an open auction. You can see that there's no direction. How do we know it's an open auction? There's no direction. Why do we need to know it's an open auction? It tells us if there's a driving force right from the get-go on the market on open orders. Is there any strength? And we see that it doesn't have any strength as it falls back on itself. So we have an opening swing high of 52 and a quarter, opening swing low of 50, 50, 50 and a half, and it's starting to squeeze up. There was no push down. Ideally, we'd want to see a push down for the rotation up. We always get more vigor when the market squeezes down before it starts pushing up, and it starts swinging all the way through the range. So here's the opening swing. It pushes up and falls back into the opening swing. There's a high probability it would test the other side, so we expected 50 quarter. Did not get that early on back here, but it finally poked through. So we had this kind of a failed auction by a few ticks, once the IB was done, and so we have an IB extension down, and now we have a double IB stat right here at 55.75, 55.75 from 55.75 in the morning, early in the morning. So we're looking for a break higher. That break higher came through, and we ended up pushing. Here it is, pushing to 58. Remember that line was 58 and a quarter was the key test area. It stopped just a tick below, and there we ended in a very small fizzle. There was just nothing here yesterday, a completely Gaussian profile again. So what we've seen is balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, just back and forth. Normally it takes a while. We build balance for a day or two or three. Then we have a strong imbalance in one direction or the other as that energy releases. But what we've seen is alternating balance and imbalance with this profile be having all of the volume contained in about a 9 point or an 8 point range. You can see the point of control is at 53 value high, 55.50 and value low 52.50. Those numbers are valid for today, and we're trading underneath this morning. So as I zoom out here, there's your balance. There's your imbalance. There's your balance. And then today, the expectation is imbalance below and potentially higher. We'll go over that in a second. But we've been doing a lot of this. We have balance and an imbalance, so you can see the range extending. Then we have another day of imbalance. We had another day of imbalance, but then we had this day, which was balanced way up here with a secondary balance. It's just, it's really tough to read. If you're wondering why it is you're struggling, I have to say that it is a tough read type of market. Let's shift our profile forward. See, on the first bar yesterday, we immediately shift the point of control up. The market is just trading these prices back and forth, with today potentially rotating down to 44.75 and pushing down to 42.50 again. So playing out hypo 2 from yesterday. The overnight session doesn't give us much. It's a double prong profile. It's a double distribution profile. But mostly it looks like it's done with an upper test. We had an impulsive move down, pull back right to the mid right there, and it's struggling up here. The expectation is for this to continue lower. I'm looking for a test of this 42.50 area today as a primary hypothesis. Okay, so we've tested the upper range of that composite right here. We've tested all the way up to the value high, this purple line here, and the expectation is for us to rotate down. So the primary hypothesis today is to open. I'm looking for responsive buying into value low, which is also the point of control essentially, into the 53 area, which is also the MC point of control, this black line behind a pink line, behind a gray line. And I'm looking for resistance, and then I'm looking for it to drop through the overnight low, target 42.50, make an attempt back, and then potentially push lower, but I don't expect it to get too far. I expect it to end up somewhere in between. That's your primary hypothesis today. So remember, yesterday up, today down on the primary. Secondary hypothesis, it pushes down in an open auction with a downward skew, finds a base, and then starts to move up, retests the point of control from yesterday, pull back just out of the prior day's range, push through, pull back, push through, and then again look for the 2160 as our key target above. That is your hypo 2. The reason for that is the fact that we have thoroughly tested these prices, and we keep bouncing back and forth against these high volume nodes in value since 9/9, and that's why I posted that video a couple days ago of how this profile developed. We just keep bouncing up and down through here. The market is indecisive right now because there isn't anything pushing us forward. and that's really what we have to contend with. Anyway, keep this short and sweet. Thanks for tuning in. Just be patient. Don't try to shoot all of your bullets right at the open. Just wait for the market. There's the opportunities have been coming later in the day, and you should have some credit on your daily loss limit to be able to take advantage of that. Good luck. I'll catch you tomorrow. Stage 5 traders, we have our weekly webinar at noon today. Take care.